let's identify what is a bad deal. If you're buying something that doesn't perform the way you expected, or doesn't solve the problem you have, that's a bad deal.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Agnes Kunkel, your host at Nego.coach, the video show that makes negotiation success easy. Our guest today is Ingegnere Davide Nocentini. Hi, Davide.
Hi, Agnes. Thanks for having me.
Hi. Davide Nocentini has a long history in sales and commercial success and is now leading a global multi-million business in the medtech industry. In his career, he has successfully closed many deals involving an awful lot of money. He's a great expert, understanding all the nuts and bolts of the medtech industry in perfection. But his experience is in fact much broader than that. Ingegnere Nocentini is a wonderful leader and praised for his ability to form and coach high-performing teams. His expertise in negotiating and closing large critical deals is widely admired. Davide, it's such a pleasure to have you on our show. What do I need to do to be able to stand up and avoid a bad deal?
Well, Agnes, that's a great question. And I think it would be beneficial if we just think about what is a negotiation per se and who are the main actors. So a negotiation is a process, is a discussion that two parties are having, and each of them is trying to bring the max value to your side. When you're selling something, you want to sell at the max value you can. When you are buying something, you want to have what you want without paying as much. So in fact, the actors, something that you need to be fully aware, is that the actors in a negotiation has opposite interest. It's really up. So starting from that element, it comes really natural that there will be some conflict. But at the end of the day, let's identify what is a bad deal. When you know what it is, you may think about what can I do to avoid it? What can I do to stand up and go? Well, a bad deal, it is a deal that doesn't deliver on the promise it made. If you are buying something, you can make a very bad deal if you are buying something that doesn't perform the way you expected, or doesn't solve the problem you have. That's a bad deal. If you are selling it, a bad deal is a deal that doesn't generate enough business or margin profit for your company. So once you see that and you understand what the bad deal is, well, in order to be ready to walk away or stand up from the table from a bad deal, what you need to have is full awareness about what the other party's intention are, what their needs are, what the pain points are. And at the same time, you need to be also aware about the profit you are bringing home and a very much chunk of self-confidence. What you need to do then is build up your strategy. Think about what is the framework that I need to bring in order to identify the bad deal coming. And then with my strategy, I build up the plan and I stick to it.
And how do you define strategy? What do you think are the key elements?
Well, as I said, one of the most important elements is understanding the other side. So when you build up a strategy, you need to understand what value you are bringing to the table, which is meaningful to the other party. You need also to be absolutely aware about the competitive landscape. What option do the buyer has? And what option do you have? Is that the only customer, or by just have another one? So just look at the competitive aspect that will help creating your strategy. Another element which is very important and sometimes is not as stressed in sales organization, it is really about the profit. So we need, as managers, as leaders, to bring our sales organization in full awareness about the impact they are bringing to the company. And when you know the need, you know the value you are bringing, you know the profit you are making, then you define a framework, and that framework is the one that tells you, if I'm outside, that's a bad deal and I should walk away.